How's it going, guys? Welcome back into another video, and today we are talking about another movie. It is Movie Review Wednesday, of course. Thank you guys all so much for returning and checking out the videos. Today is... I didn't think this week we could top last week's Movie Review Wednesday of Shazam. But guys, my gosh, we did. Today, we are talking about the sophomore effort from Jordan Peele, Us. I'm so excited. So if you guys are new, again, thank you all so much for checking out the video. Basically, this is how Movie Review Wednesday works. So first off, I will give you guys the synopsis of the film if you are not familiar with the film. I will tell you how it is rated on certain rating websites. I will give you guys my review. I will tell you what I like about the movie. I will tell you what I don't like about the movie. I'm giving my honest opinions. And then I will give you guys a rating. I give you guys a rating in every video. And this will be the same. It'll be all in the same. So again, like I said, today we are talking about Us. It is Jordan Peele's sophomore directorial effort. And guys, it's a good movie. So without further ado, without any more stalling, let's just hop right in. I'm going to give you guys a synopsis and let's get into it. Accompanied by her husband, son, and daughter, Adelaide Wilson returns to the beachfront home where she grew up as a child. Haunted by a traumatic experience from the past, Adelaide grows increasingly concerned that something bad is going to happen. Her worst fears soon become a reality when four masked strangers descend upon the house, forcing the Wilsons into a fight for survival. When the masks come off, the family is horrified to learn that each attacker takes the appearance of one of them. So, of course, on Rotten Tomatoes, this has a 94% rating, and on Metacritic, it has an 81%. So we're basically just going to hop right into it. I'm going to tell you guys what I liked first. I will tell you guys then what I don't like, and then I will give you guys my rating. So the first thing is Lupita Nyong'o's performance. Absolutely stunning. She deserves every award ever in the world, ever. She was stunning. So, like it says in the synopsis, they're fighting each other. So it's two sets of the same family. So the actors are playing two different characters. But the actor that has to do the most acting as both characters is Lupita Nyong'o. She has to, because her as Adelaide and then the opposite self, they are like the leaders of each clan. They are the ones doing the most talking, the most acting, the most actual performance, and she is flawless in both. And it's her horror performance is absolutely terrifying. Her performance as Adelaide, the mom, is perfect. She was perfect in this role. I think Jordan Peele and whoever casted knocked this one out of the park. It was perfect. She, like I said, deserves all of the awards. She really had to go to bat and play two roles, and she did it absolutely perfectly. Next one I have to say is Winston Duke's performance. He was the perfect comedic relief. I'm not going to say that his acting performance was the best. It was good. Don't get me wrong. All of the performances in this movie were great, but he didn't have to act as much because the other half didn't do as much. So it was really him as the dad in The Good Family. But he took his role in the film and destroyed it. His role was the comedic relief, and he did it to a T, to perfection. It was absolutely perfect. The next great thing was the child actors were great. They showed a lot of really great emotion, especially the daughter, because the son was a bit younger, so you know it's kind of hard to act as a younger kid. You're just kind of a younger kid. But the daughter, the little more grown-up daughter, was fantastic. They both were, but I mean the daughter was great. She really put on a very great acting performance, and they're both going to get opportunities because they were both really stellar. The next one was the script. It was very clever and well written. There were a lot of what am I trying to say? There were a lot of I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. Oh my gosh. There were a lot of metaphors and figures of speech and stuff like that were put in there. And some of them didn't hit, but some of them did. But overall, the script itself was crafted very well. And the overall plot and story were executed to perfection. And I think a lot of that has to do with, and that's my next point, the direction from Jordan Peele. He was able to craft this story, craft this world, and craft this whole other side of the world. These other people that we don't even know are and I'm saying in the movie, I'm not saying like in real life, but he was able to craft this whole other world that we've never seen, of all these people that are like living in the sewers basically, and how that would kind of work. And I found that very interesting, because he had to take on the task of, how would this work? How would this happen? And he did it perfectly. He really did. I think he really struck gold with this movie, because the script was very well written and very clever, and he was able to take what was, and I believe he wrote the script, so first off, I could be wrong. He actually, yes, right here, the screenplay is written by Jordan Peele. I didn't know why. So he wrote the script, but then with the script, he wrote it in such a clever and witty way that he was able to then craft this very intricate, interesting universe that made you feel like it was real life. Like, it was legitly like scared, like, oh my gosh, like, where is my doppelganger? Is he coming to get me? You know, like, you actually thought that, and it was very nerve-wracking and nervous. And that was kind of, and that was kind of the real thing about this, is he says it's a straight-up horror movie. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's got horror elements, but it's really like a psychological type thriller kind of horror. If you kind of understand what I'm saying, it gets in your head, and it really makes you nervous, and you're like, oh, is this really? It's very suspenseful, and it was executed perfectly. It was executed perfectly. And the last and then another point is the music was cleverly intertwined. It was cleverly intertwined in there. You know, I Got Five on it, and then the other songs were, and that kind of has to do with the editing, but that's also the direction of Jordan Peele, because I'm sure he had some part in the editing he didn't actually edit himself, but he had part in how it was edited, because it's really his film, and that was just intertwined perfectly. Most of the time. Sometimes it was kind of tacky, but most of the time it was edited really well. And then the last thing was, like, the twists worked well. Most of them. There's one that I'm going to talk about that kind of confused me, and because it confused me, I didn't like it as much. But most of the twists in the movie actually worked really well. But with all the good must come the bad, and there's really not much bad in here. I literally have 2 points, and the main point's the end. The ending is kind of lackluster. It's really kind of confusing to pick up about Adelaide and what actually is happening, and how the evil doppelganger was actually on the good side. It's really hard to confuse. You guys are gonna have to go see the movie to really figure it out yourself. But that one part is kind of bad. That was one part of the script that I'm sure Jordan Peele knew where he was going with it, and I'm sure if I went and read the screenplay, I'd probably understand. But just watching the movie on first glance, and I'm probably gonna go watch it a second time. Watching it on first glance, I didn't get it as much. So that's kind of one of the really only bads. I was gonna say the misconception of the genre was a bad, but honestly, it's not, because people can take it different ways. You know, it's not. That's not really a bad. It's just kind of like just how it is. So that's pretty much it. But of course, that's pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of Us? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'd love to talk to you guys. This is a really great movie, and I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. So please, if you have any comments you want to talk about in the comments, please leave them down below. I would love, absolutely love to talk to you guys about this movie, because I'm giddy about this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. But of course, I have to give you guys a ranking. And guys, sound the alarms, guys. Sound the alarms. Us got an A ranking, everyone. Sound the alarms. The first A ranking of the year. A lot of people had seen this movie before me. A lot of people saw it at South by Southwest. Like, people that I follow saw it at South by Southwest, and people had seen it beforehand, because I didn't go see it on opening night. So a lot of people had seen it beforehand. They'd been hyping it up. So obviously I was going to go in and see for myself if the hype was real. And my gosh, it was. It was real. Like, the hype was real. I absolutely adored this film. And I don't adore it in like a way of it's cute, but it's like, it's a good film, and it's put together so cleverly, and the world is so interesting, and just, I really enjoy it. So it's the first A ranking of the year. And so guys, that means right now it is my favorite movie of 2019. Now, I know we're only a quarter of the way through the year, a little over a quarter of the way through the year. Actually, no, we are a quarter of the way, like pretty much exactly a quarter of the way through the year. But through the first quarter of the year, Us has prevailed as my favorite movie of the year, and I've seen 23 films. Probably more when you're watching this, because if this goes up on Wednesday, then I will have seen 2 more at least. So I think I've seen 25 films now that when you're watching this. I've seen 25 films. This is my favorite so far. So that's pretty big, and that's going to be hard to beat. I mean, I'm pretty sure Endgame will probably get an A, and it'll probably take over. But until then, I don't know what'll beat it. I honestly don't know what'll beat it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you are interested in the Avengers Infinity War digital code giveaway, there's still time to enter. Comment down below in the comments giveaway, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've been writing down names, so if you've already entered in a previous video, you don't have to do it again. But if you're interested and you're new, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you in the next video, and we'll see you next time.